Seen it all game long, a game of momentum changes. The last change went to the Royals. On that power play goal by Thompson, the equalizer with just over 2 minutes left. There's a long shot, and that one misses Gadecki's net wide. Over to the near side, Ryan Anderson. Anderson, nice pass ahead for McLean. Max McLean with 1 goal in this contest. Nifty Todra gets around on the backhand pass across. Anderson scores! And the Crusaders have forced a Game 3.
Hello and welcome to John Gornick Arena. It's another night of a sunny and 5 below zero weather. We'd like to welcome the orchestra to play the national anthem here. And again, this is Ken and Robin signing on from John Gornick Arena.
All right, here we go, Robin. Roadrush and Anderson. Oh, that's a goal! Did you see those moves? As Roadrush absolutely undresses the goaltender there. He came in a couple moves, slowed down just a little bit. Ryan Anderson played screen, and Roadrush with the opener.
Hudson Hockey Association, really gets a lot out of having the Hudson Crusaders here.
Holiday with a nice blocker save. Oh, where's the goal? As Holiday bounces out off the back glass.
The two owners, took it over. They don't receive any profit, any monies from this. They run it out of the kindness of their own heart. The fact that they love the Hockey Association, love the Hudson Crusaders. They like to see the advancement and the progression of these kids. They like the fact that it's such a community involvement. The Crusaders, the players, the coaches, they're all very enmeshed into the community, working with kids in and out of hockey. We had a bunch of kids recently going read to elementary schools. So this program is very much a for the kids, for the community, for the association.
Big sends it up. He's got Holiday with him. Holiday shoots. Oh, yeah! The water bottle goes flying as they bury another one. Top shelf. And Caskey buries that one. There was no doubt about it. Caskey was not going to let that opportunity slip past him again. Ryan Anderson shoots. Oh, redirect! And that's a goal!
Last year, we were in last place, but we got better at the end. The team really did get better at the end. This year, after having a full year, because we picked up the team last year, right as the season started, this year we had a full year of recruiting. We came in with a full roster, which was a big help. And we come in with some really good talent, really good guys who like to work, guys who like to move on with a lot of goals. And we've battled our way to third this year. And I think we are, at this point, going into playoffs, a contending team to win the Nationals. I think there's been a lot of advancement. There's been a lot of movement, not only guys going out to other leagues, but just our team alone has really advanced. A lot of movement.
Gonzalez again looking to get it up to Bing and Anderson. Anderson in on the right side. No! Are you kidding me? Oh, you can't kiss the baby! As Anderson absolutely dekes out the entire squad as he comes around from the far circle behind the net, wrap around and score. Anderson with the opening goal tonight. That was sick!
So last year, after taking over the team, a couple of weeks into the season, we kind of found out that we'd be acquiring a North American hockey team in Richfield. At the time, I was the head coach for Hudson, and I was planning on becoming an assistant coach there with the Magicians. One big focus is it helps bring in players to the Hudson Crusaders that could potentially be Magicians someday.
Fed to neutral. Here's Weinborg, another Swedish native. Wrists one that was blocked. Dennis Anderson out there on his first shift of his NAHL career. He's wearing 1-3. Uno Tres. He sends it in.
So far this year, we've moved up 3 players to the Magicians that are sticking around full time. there were 3 players that were coming down to us to basically develop, train, finish out the season. After an injury, one player was just doing so good down here that he got his chance and stayed.
And Anderson in the corner. Now it's Avolio. Avolio for Callan. Pulled away by Tomerlin. Here comes Tyler Tomerlin through center. Tomerlin drops her. Anderson with a big heavy shot, but it hit the skate of Aldifer. Avolio feeds to center, and a nice shift here by the 4th unit. Tomerlin, Anderson, and Bianchi still out there.
Another player came down, was going to stay. Opportunity rose up with Magicians. He went up, did a very good job, had 3 points in a weekend, and ended up staying for the full year. So, you know, the opportunity's there for a guy to go up that day, you know, and he can be there for the rest of the time. We've also had numerous players go up whenever there's been sicknesses, injuries, or whatever, go up to the Magicians and practice on a daily basis just so they can get a feel for that next level, you know, and get them ready. And not only do we have a direct connection with the Magicians, we're happy to promote our players to other junior teams. We've had other players contacted by other MN teams. With that, our main goal, help develop. And then not only that, with the guys that we're trying to push to the NA, we got a group of 20-year-olds that we do our best to get to college. And with our connections with the Magicians and just being around, being a local guy, knowing a lot of the MIAC schools, and some of the NCHA schools, we do a good job of moving around a lot of our 20-year-olds or guys that just want to go to college next year. And after all, that's the main focus, whether they're here or with another junior program, is getting them to that next level and help developing them to that speed because they want to play college hockey.
Devils Ducks crash the net now. Shot. Save. As we break into fisticuffs here at Gornick Arena. Helmets are flying. It's a haymaker. Sticks are flying.
One of the big areas that's helped us a lot in developing players is our training center, which is located in this facility, which is huge. The guys can walk right from the locker room right to the training center in the same gear and then walk back, shower up and leave, which is huge. In this training center, I mean, guys can work on stick handling, shooting, skating. They're lifting weights, they're working on slide boards, they're working, you know, we have punching bags. We have a full spectrum facility that really works on that individual skills, strength, quickness, everything that it takes to translate into the ice.
Yeah, and that goes into our main focus of our developmental program that we try to bring here to a lot of these guys. You know, we've got to see what they're missing and what it's going to take to get them to the next level. Sometimes it's the hands, sometimes it's the feet, sometimes it's the size. We like to utilize the training center to help develop players, whether they need to get bigger, get quicker, maybe get stronger on their stick, and we utilize that whole area. Then most of our time in practice is spent on being quicker, being able to handle a puck at a higher speed and make plays at a higher speed. We really focus on our team just being fast and physical, and being able to make plays. We don't really like to hinder a lot of our players. We like to let them try to make plays. You know, they got to figure out some of this hockey sense, and we try to guide them along with, during practice, talk about why we do certain things. You know, not just to win, but so they can learn to play the game and move on and become a better player down the line.
And the big thing is we have, you know, since we were so tightly connected with the association, a lot of the guys, you know, we'll practice for a while, and then they'll have free ice. And they'll spend a lot of time on the ice, working on the ice. And we have a lot of guys, you know, it's not uncommon to have almost the whole team out there for an hour after practice, and then they go to the training center together. And it's just, they're constantly pushing each other, trying to get each other better, which is a great atmosphere because we can use that training center after practice anytime. And we can use the ice after practice anytime. So there's an allotment here that can really bring in, if the will is there, we have the facility for it.
Did anyone get a chance to watch the film?
Yeah, except this morning.
A lot of the players we look for are just players we think we can work with, are willing to go the extra mile, and develop, well, easily coachable. You know, they don't have to be the highest skilled player, but if they work the hardest, you know, we can do a lot with them. Like we go back to the start of this year in our depth chart, a lot of forwards that were third, fourth, fifth line, and now they're some of our leading goal scorers. They just continue to work, continue to battle. And those are the forwards and players that we can work with the best. And when we go recruiting, we kind of look for the forwards players that will give their hardest every shift. They do the little things correctly. And they might not have the fastest of foot, the best of hands, the best of shot, but that's something we can work with and help develop here.
I think a lot of what we look for is that attitude, that willingness and that will to get better, and somebody who's going to play for the team. We know, both of us know that what the next level is looking for is players that are going to buy into their program and play for their team and play to win. We know that every player wants to move on, and to move on, you got to play to win at this level. And we're looking for those guys who are willing to buy in and willing to work and do what it takes to not only get better for themselves, but better for the team.